He's a former punter for the University of Oregon, 12 years in the NFL. He's a Pro Bowler and a cancer survivor, and now he's a guest here on Sunday Sports Extra. He's Josh Bidwell. Josh, one of those things is not like the other, but thanks for coming in today.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Before we get to your foundation and the Celebrity Golf Classic that's coming up this week, I want to talk to spring football just ended here.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
And selfishly, the media were a little pleased about it. But I want to ask you for a spring football memory. What was your takeaway from your time playing spring football?
Yeah, you're really setting me up here, aren't you? So, you know, the first spring football memory was, we have spring football? I didn't know that my first year. You know, I thought we were off until fall camp. So that was a shock to my system. But after that, I realized that spring football is certainly, you want to play well, but it's about surviving spring football. So there's kind of the juxtaposition of not getting hurt and showing the coaches that you're passionate about it. So those are my memories of it.
Now, getting to your foundation, the Josh Bidwell Foundation, what is it your foundation about?
We are passionate, first of all, just about giving back to the community that poured so much into my life and all of my peers' lives as we grew up. Gave me the opportunity to come out of nowhere, Winston, Oregon, and do the great things I was able to do in the National Football League and experience the life experiences I was able to experience. So 9 years ago, we got together, some of my community members and I, and decided we wanted to start this foundation to give back, and that's what we've been doing.
Three main beneficiaries, right? Mm-hmm. You have Young Life, the Community Cancer Center, and U Sports in Douglas County. Why those three?
Yeah, so you really are the product of the environment that you've grown up in, and you tend to want to give back in the exact areas that you were most effectively given to. For me, those are the three obvious ones. You want to give to everything. When we started this foundation, there was no way I could just hand out minor amounts of money to so many different programs. So we wanted to make a dent. We wanted to make a difference. Obviously, when I was growing up, we had a lot of different issues financially as a family. And I may not have been able to afford a lot of the things that I needed to play, but they always got paid for. And I didn't really realize where that was coming from. I just took it for granted that, hey, they got paid for, we're moving on, and I can play a sport because I have shoes, or I have a fee paid, or I have a glove. And I realized down the road that there were a lot of people in the community that were just giving extra to help pay for those who didn't have quite enough. So youth sports programs are huge for us. In our day and age right now, funding for sports is null and void. I mean, it's just not there anymore. And I think it would be a shame that myself, if at some point I decided it's too embarrassing and it's too hard that I can't pay for fees and I can't get out there and have what other kids have, and I didn't go on to do the things that I did. My motivation was there because I was given the opportunity, and we want to provide that. Young Life, I was really, really privileged to have a lot of mentors in my life. I was a lost kid. I didn't know anything growing up, but I had the right people there at the right time investing in me spiritually and emotionally, and that's what we want to provide for the kids in our community too. And then finally, my story's been told several times, but there's still people that don't know that when I was diagnosed with cancer, right before the week before opening day of regular season at the Green Bay Packers, I was not eligible for insurance. So I was facing $100,000+ in cancer fees to be able just to fight for my life. And I had so many people here in the community in Eugene, community down in Roseburg, and even in Wisconsin, that raised every single cent on my behalf to help pay for those things. And we have an amazing facility, the Community Cancer Center in Roseburg, that is a nonprofit, state-of-the-art treatment facility that just built a brand new building, brought in all new equipment, and has some of the finest doctors in the area, providing the same care to people whether they can pay for it or not. And the generous donations from our foundation and many other people, many other endowments help pay for all the medical costs, so these people have a chance to get the care that they deserve. And we're privileged to be able to give to that aspect too.
Now, getting to the youth sports, you're a father, and your kids play youth sports. Can you compare what it's like for them growing up playing athletics as opposed to when you did it?
How about that? Yeah, I mean, how many conversations do I have a day with other parents that are saying, what am I going to do when I get a coach that's saying your kid has to play soccer year-round or football year-round or this or that? And I grew up with the likes of Troy Polamalu. We played 8 sports growing up. We switched all the time. So looking at the stresses that these kids have from coaches and even from parents just to stay focused on one sport at such young ages, I don't agree with that. I'm a big believer in giving the kids an opportunity to enjoy everything, because eventually it's going to be over. I played 35 years, I played football. And Lord willing, I'm still going to live a lot longer without football in my life than I lived with it. And so that's what I try to inspire the kids when I coach them. That's why I like to coach. It's about learning how to play the game, learning how to be a good person, a good teammate, but having a blast. And I have those memories, and it's because of the people that poured into me.
The Josh Bidwell Foundation Celebrity Golf Classic in its 9th year. You have the dinner and banquet on May 8th and the golf tournament on May 9th. Last year, the past few years, it's been a who's who of who's playing in this tournament. What kind of lineup do you have this year? We
have a great lineup this year. You know, we were talking about earlier, it'd be nice if we were able to get more NFL guys, but now their schedules, there is no off season. They have mini camps, they have OTAs, they have all these things that they're obligated to be at, or they have to be paid. They get signing bonuses by being in town the entire offseason. So we weren't able to get very many current players, but we have Luke Jackson, Jordan Kent, NBA legend Darryl Imhoff is coming down. We have a number of local celebrities coming down. We have Tony Graziani for the first year. Tony's a good friend of mine, but he's also a hero of mine. What he did in 1994, coming in and filling in for Danny O'Neill and winning down in USC, I mean, he's a legend for that, but a great guy. So we're thrilled to have those and many, many others.
Who's the ringer on the golf course out there? I know you can boom it out there pretty good, but who would you say has the best game?
You know, Joey Harrington's been there the past couple years, and Joey got, I won't say stuck because we were privileged to have these gals, but he did get stuck with a group of elderly ladies a couple years ago, and they won the tournament. And I don't think it's because they were driving the ball 300 yards and knocking it stiff. So Joey's been our ringer every year. This year, it's going to be up for grabs. I know that I have not been in it. I've tried as hard as I could, and hopefully my group can do something to compete this year.
Last year, you raised over $60,000, bringing the total for the foundation to around $300,000. Hundreds of thousands of dollars going right back into the community in Douglas County. Moving forward, what's the goal for the Josh Bidwell Foundation?
Yeah, that's a good question. What we've tried to do with our foundation and the event is not grow it so big that it's unsustainable, that our overhead grows and then our margin goes down. So we've actually capped the amount of groups that we can have, the amount of people that we're going to bring in, and it's created a waiting list. And so that's what we wanted, is we wanted to have a buzz, we wanted to have a sustainable foundation product. But the neat thing about it is we're raising a lot of money, but I bet you we're raising more by the community involvement throughout the rest of the year. We get a lot of people that want to be a part of our tournament, and we have so much help. We say, hey, we appreciate it. Maybe go do something else in the community, since we don't really necessarily need that much help this year with ours. And they're doing that. And so it's been great.
If people want to find out how to get involved with the Josh Bidwell Foundation, where can they go?
Just go to joshbidwellfoundation.org. and hit the contact button, and we have a lot of people that have done that. They go there, they ask, can I be involved, can I help out? We really can use a lot of help, but the greater involvement is just do something in the community, be a part of what we're trying to do, and it's just going to grow from there.
The Josh Bidwell Foundation, the 9th Annual Celebrity Golf Classic on May 9th, the dinner and banquet on May 8th. Josh, thanks for coming in.
Thanks a lot for having me.
Hit them straight out there.
All right, I'll try.